morning, I'm Brian Reagan. This is
Tyler Kelly.
and welcome you to Mornings with Brian and Tyler. Today, as we continue studying blessing and prosperity, we are in 1 Chronicles 12:38 through 40. Tyler?
All these men of war who could keep ranks came to Hebron with a loyal heart to make David king over all Israel, and all the rest of Israel were of one mind to make David king. And they were there with David 3 days, eating and drinking, for their brethren had prepared for them. Moreover, those who were near to them, from as far away as Issachar and Zebulun and Naphtali, were bringing food on donkeys and camels, on mules and oxen, provisions of flour and cakes of figs, and cakes of raisins, wine and oil, and oxen and sheep abundantly, for there was joy in Israel.
All right. So this is leading up to that point where the 7 years, basically, of civil war is over. And it's a good thing to work. It's better to work 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week than to be goofing off all the time. And the Bible teaches work. But the Bible also teaches that at the end of major events, that it's also appropriate to celebrate, to give thanks, to give praise, and to enjoy the fruit of all that labor. And some people call this work-life balance. That's not true. This is the completion, the celebration of Israel coming back together, the celebration of the end of this civil war is part of the work. Don't forget that taking time to celebrate the completion of a project and to bring to a close that chapter is also part of your work. Most people, if there is not a terminal point, if there is not a time of celebration, and this civil war is different than a lot of civil wars. This civil war was the northern tribes coming back to peace, and David didn't punish them for coming back to peace. There's a civil war history that generally, when the other side finally surrenders, the other side that won punishes them for anywhere between 1 and 15 generations. This isn't that. David's goal in the Civil War was never to punish the northern 10 tribes. His goal was to reunify the country and bless all 12 tribes. And so when you come to the end of a major project, keep in mind, have a celebration. Mark major events with a celebration of some form, because that strengthens the people for the next stage of life. It closes out that chapter and ends it on a high note. So the psychology of blessing and the psychology of success here is something that we should take note of in the Word of God. Some other thoughts, my brother?
No, sir.
With that, I'm Brian Reagan. This is
Tyler Kelly.
Lord willing, we'll see you back 8 o'clock tonight.